A lot has happened in the last couple of days with the one called Logan Paul. And I wasn't going to make a video about it because honestly, who hasn't made a video about it? But this isn't really about what he did in Suicide Forest, which I completely disagree with and think that he's a complete moron for posting that. But it's not about that. It's about, I don't know if it's the same vlog or a different vlog, but his vlog in Japan in general. I haven't watched the vlog. I just seen some clips of it on Instagram a second ago, and I want to talk about it because it is, I don't know if it's a surprise to me, but it is a surprise to me that nobody is talking about what he did in Japan. Yeah. Well, the Suicide Forest was one of the things that he did in Japan, and it just really showed what kind of person that Logan Paul is, which we all knew he was. Really disrespectful. He showed a dead body, which was very, very disrespectful, and just laughed about it. People say some people say that's his coping mechanism, but I feel like it wasn't really a laugh to cope with kind of like the horror that's going on inside of you, but a laugh because you think it's a joke kind of laugh. But if it's his coping mechanism, it still doesn't really help the situation. You still filmed, edit, and put out a video showing a dead body, and that was just altogether the wrong thing to do. But I'm not here to talk about that, even though I just talked about it. That's my little thought on that. But this is about his altogether trip to Japan. And throughout the whole entire trip, he was just being the most immature little kid I have ever seen. And he actually said a couple of times that Japanese people, Asian people, are all about the respect. And that's actually a really big thing. Japanese people, Asian people are really respectful to each other, to foreigners, to people going over there, to their culture and their lifestyle is just full of respect. And he said that, and he proceeded the very next clip to say, how far can we take this? And oh Jesus, you knew it was gonna get worse after that. So he said how far we can take this, and he took it very far. And the rest of the clips were him running through the streets. There was this one when he just busted out of this store wearing an Asian conical hat, which is those weird, like, not weird, but those pointy ones, like those straw pointy ones. And he was wearing a kimono, and he started running down the street, and him and his friend just with like cameras and just screaming the loudest they can scream. You just see all these people on the sidelines looking at them like, okay. But that's not the worst of it. No, of course it's not the worst of it. It also included him in the middle of the street, throwing Pokeballs at cars, dressed up as, like, I don't know, he's probably dressed up as Pikachu, I can't remember, but they're dressed up as, like, Pokemon. They were walking in the street, like, filming people in their cars. They were just yelling down the street. There's a point where he stood, I don't know, in the middle of a walkway and just pulled down his pants. He was, what's it called? Putting cameras into koi ponds, and he even got kicked out of one place because they were doing something they know they weren't supposed to do. And as they were getting kicked out of the place, he said in a comical way, Japanese people are all about the respect. Yeah. I cannot even begin to say how ashamed I am that Logan Paul is even an American. I am ashamed. I really am. I find not only just the Paul brothers to be pathetic, immature bunch who thinks the world revolves around them. They think that the world is their playground for them just to do anything, that they can go overseas and just make a mockery of Americans and make a mockery of Japanese culture, running through the street and getting and like disrespecting their places and disrespecting them while they're just trying to go on their day, running and screaming through the streets, pulling down their pants and throwing things at cars. I honestly cannot understand how people can even think that they are some kind of role model, think that what they're doing is how normal people should live, how normal people should go to Japan. When you go to a place, especially if you're an American and you're going somewhere like Europe or Asia, you have to be the most respectful people because you have no idea what their culture is. But you know, Japanese people are very respectful. He even said it a million times. So why would you run through the streets, be the most disrespectful person that you can be when you know they are about respect? Like, what kind of, he's being a maverick. If being a maverick is being an asshole, then yeah, he's being a maverick. I don't understand why people think that's cool to do, to disrespect Japanese culture, to run through the streets and disrupt people's day. So, oh my gosh, I honestly don't understand. I just find the Paul brothers to be the most pathetic two people that have ever existed. They don't really care about anybody but themselves, as shown in his Japan vlogs, that he thinks the world is his playground, thinks that everything revolves around him, thinks that he can't get in trouble because he's Logan Paul, but it's Japan. They honestly don't know who you are and honestly don't care. So if you could not take your stupid American whatever over there and disrupt them, that'd be great. And that's honestly my thought. I just think the Paul brothers are terrible people. Honestly, just want views and money and don't care about not their fans, they don't care about anybody but themselves. They're pretty pathetic, immature, childish. They're just terrible people. And honestly, I was not surprised when he put out that Japanese suicide forest vlog. That is it's a very sacred place there. You know, a lot of feelings can come out in that place, you know, and I feel like he really disrespected the whole entire thing. It was a really good experience to have going in that forest. You know, you can get into touch with yourself and your emotions, and you know, a lot of people have been in the lowest moments where you have stood right there and have taken their lives, and you just make a mockery out of that. And I just can't understand it. Honestly can't. You get these opportunities to go somewhere beautiful, see culture and see all these amazing things, and you just turn it into a joke. So congratulations, Logan Paul. You are terrible. That's it. That's all I had to say. I honestly cannot support or agree with anything the Paul brothers do. I'm not a maverick. I'm not a Jake Pauler or a low gangster. I'm just a girl with opinions, and these are my opinions. So, yeah, that's all. Bye.